All right, what's going on out there to all of you playoff digging people? And I'm excited for this week. We got week 18. There's not really too many like big storylines as far as NFL goes. There's mostly just seeding implications, and that's really what we're watching for. So before the week 18 stuff gets sorted out, I wanted to come on here and do another best ball draft because in my opinion, this is like a big week for what's going to happen, and I want to make sure that I've got a lot of teams taken before the end of the season, because that's when a lot of guys like who are going into this week, there's still a lot of uncertainty. There's still some good values that you can get in some playoff best ball drafts. And those values are going to be dried up, come this upcoming Monday night. So I want to take advantage of this right now. I've gotten into a lot of the gauntlet, which I went through last time we were on live. And so I want to kind of take advantage of a different draft right now. I'm going to probably get into the Mitten 2, which is a $5 entry. That is $50K to first, $25K to second, $15K to third, so on and so forth. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. I personally won $3,500 playing best ball last year in the playoffs. And so being that it's better than most, I like to come on here and kind of go through some strategy, but also kind of just tell people that I'm still learning as well. Like, I'm going for the big one this year, obviously, and I'm excited to give it another shot. So make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate the content. And we're going to get into it right now. So here we are. We're at the 103 today. And so, I did a video the other day on this channel that was going through a couple stats that honestly I was kind of shocked about, that really determined Super Bowl matchups over the last 8 years or so. So the teams that were kind of favored in those predictive stats were the Rams, the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the Bills. So I'm going to kind of try to target like a variety of those 4 teams today. And then the next draft we'll do after this one, we'll kind of depend. We'll see what I want to do. But I think I'm going to try to go for some Rams, some Seahawks, some Patriots, and some Bills. So let's see what happens right here. Because if McCaffrey falls to me, like, that would change things. So McCaffrey doesn't fall. It has been a while since I've taken Josh Allen, so I think I'm going to do it. I'm getting over a little bit of sickness as well. So, again, for those of you new to playoff best ball, it's a really interesting fashion to play fantasy football. So if you've played any of like Underdog's just regular best ball for the regular season, it's the same type of format. You're drafting, and then the best players by position are going to be scored for the best possible score that you can have. Man, I mean, I rarely do it, but I'm pretty tempted to just go ahead and get my other quarterback here. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot for I'm just going to go ahead and get Stafford. So that'll be the end of my quarterbacks. It's rare that I do 2 quarterbacks right out of the gate, but there was so many on the board that were just too good. So basically, like, playoff best ball it's the same format as like regular best ball and Underdog. You're going to have your picks, and there's going to be bench spots, but every single week the best possible score at each position will be automatically logged for you. So there's no stress of having to set your lineup, which is great, particularly in the playoffs, because it's like you just went through a whole season of stress of that. Give yourself a break and just kind of enjoy the ride. Okay, so being that I'm going for Eagles and Patriots and Bills, I am probably going to go ahead and take Devonta Smith. So I've got, as of right now, I've got a Bill with Josh Allen, I've got a Ram with Stafford, and I've got an Eagle with Devonta Smith. So we'll try to start kind of doubling up on some guys. I just realized I am not targeting Eagles. Yeah, that was stupid. I just completely lost track of what I was doing ultimately. But the point is, like, playoff best ball is a lot of fun because it really eliminates like the stress of having to work on your lineup those last several weeks. You can just really truly enjoy playoff football and have some skin in the game as well. So, there's obviously an enormous twist on playoff best ball compared to regular best ball, which is that playoff best ball. If I have, like, right now, I'm going to go ahead and draft Stephon Diggs, right? So, Stephon Diggs is a Patriot, and I've got a Bill, a Ram, and an Eagle as well. Well, let's say that all four of those teams lose in the wild card round. This team is screwed because those four guys will be dead weight on this team for the entirety of the rest of the playoffs if it makes it past the wild card round. So there's the wild card round, the divisional round, the conference championship, and then there's the Super Bowl. And if you're lucky enough to make it to the Super Bowl, hopefully you've got players on those two Super Bowl teams because that's how you can maximize score. Because every player that you have who didn't advance on your team is dead weight moving forward. So that's the fun of playoff best ball. It's a mixture of fantasy football and really predicting who the Super Bowl matchup is going to be. So if Kenneth makes it back to me, I'll probably go ahead and yeah, I probably will go ahead and take Kenneth, honestly. Either that or Corum. I need to get a running back for sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and take Kenneth. So through 5 picks, I have Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Devonta Smith, Stephon Diggs, and Kenneth Walker. So the plan from here on out, and you'll kind of start to see this materialize. I've got 5 different teams on my team right now. So I'm going to start doubling up and tripling up on some of these other teams right now with these last couple of picks. So Corum can be a target. Kincaid, I guess, can be. I don't personally love him. Ramondre will be a target. Since I have Kenneth, Charbonnet probably won't be a target. I don't want 2 with the possibility of a bye week at the running back position. Kayshon Boutte will be a target. Rashid Shaheed would be a target. Parkinson, in theory, would be a target. Probably would wait. Ty Johnson would be a target. So if Blake Corum makes it to me, I probably end up taking him. And if he doesn't make it, I'll go with Ramondre. So Corum makes it to me, which is nice, because now I've got 2 Rams. And personally, in my opinion, whoever you personally believe is most likely to make it to the Super Bowl, you should have their running back. Because the running back position is, like, if you draft 1 wide receiver on that same team and the quarterback, well, you've got 3 players right there who are scoring for you. Because it is required that 1 running back must score. And I'll show you like who has to score every single week here in just a minute. So I'm going to pick 7. I need to make sure that I keep doubling up on teams. There's a lot of intriguing values on here, but I did go pretty spread for those first couple of picks. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to overshoot Kayshon Boutte, see if he falls a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take Ty Johnson. So I probably would round out my running backs there. I'm just going to go receiver heavy. So here's the way that things work. Is that every single week you need 1 quarterback who scores. So if you have 2 quarterbacks, best of the 2. 1 running back at least. 2 wide receiver or tight ends. So you need to make sure your wide receiver tight end place is deep, kind of like a normal underdog fantasy. And then 1 flex. So that could be either another running back or another wide receiver or tight end. So that's why I think running backs and quarterbacks on winning teams that you believe will make it are very important. Like, I think it's better to have like fill-in and pop players at different positions than it is with the Super Bowl teams that you ultimately think will make it. Okay, I've got 2 Bills. I definitely want to get another Ram, probably at the end. I'm going to go ahead and get another Patriot, so I'll go ahead and get Kayshon Boutte. So as of right now, I've got 2 Bills, I've got 2 Patriots, I've got 2 Rams, and I've got a Seahawk and an Eagle. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just get another Bill and another Ram, I think. And then that would kind of create a couple different possibilities for me with the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and skip Rashid Shaheed. I'm going to go ahead and take Dawson Knox. So then I'm going to go ahead and target another Rams player to end it off. Terrence Ferguson, Tyler Higbee, Tutu Atwell, maybe Xavier Smith. Probably not. I think Tutu Atwell and Devontae Adams being there probably makes him a little bit more irrelevant. I think Tutu Atwell, he will be relevant in the playoffs. I've drafted actually a decent amount of Tutu Atwell. But once we go through the last pick, I'll show you the combination of Super Bowls that could work out for this particular team right here. Because that's the whole thing. You want to kind of create a couple different possible Super Bowl outcomes for your team because, again, at the end of the day, like you're advancing round by round to the playoffs. So you don't want to just have everyone go off in the wild card round, but a lot of your players have been eliminated in the NFL playoffs because the divisional round they won't be able to score. They'll just be dead weight. So you want to make sure that you're targeting players on teams that you ultimately think are going to make it to the big dance because you want to be able to maximize your winnings at the end because, round by round you get a certain amount of your money back and then you profit a little bit, but the big payout is in the Super Bowl. So I'll probably I have plenty of Colby Parkinson. Honestly, I worry about Tyler Higbee coming back too. I think Terrence Ferguson, honestly, like he's become a really intriguing player to watch moving forward to me. He's been kind of their downfield threat at the tight end position. So I think for me, I'm going to be targeting Terrence Ferguson. Yeah, I'm going to get Terrence Ferguson. So here's what I ended up with right here. So I got Josh Allen and Matt Stafford as my 2 quarterbacks. So these 2 guys, like it's not a normal draft that I would do this, but I just love the value that Stafford was offering me there. So then I got Devonta Smith, my lone eagle, and I also got Ty Johnson and Dawson Knox for the Bills. So in total, I have 3 Buffalo Bills player. So let's say the Buffalo Bills make it to the Super Bowl, right? So I've got 1 Seahawk in addition and 1 Philadelphia Eagles. So if the Bills and the Seahawks play in the Super Bowl, I'll have 4 total players, which is not bad. That's a pretty good number. That should give you around in this tournament. I'm not sure what the payout would be. But I remember last year when I played in the Gauntlet tournament, I won about $3,500 from having 4 players in that tournament. So I don't know what it would be, probably less in this tournament right here. So obviously the main thing I'm trying to go for is the Rams and Bills Super Bowl. The Rams and Bills Super Bowl, I would have, in theory, one of these 2, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford. I would have Blake Corum and Ty Johnson, so that's 3 combined. Then I would have 4 and 5 between Dawson Knox and Terrence Ferguson. So I have 5 total players, 6 actually, but 5 for sure players who will be scoring for me in that Super Bowl. Now, how about the New England Patriots, right? So the New England Patriots, I have the Rams. Like if the Rams make it to the Super Bowl, I have their quarterback, Matt Stafford. I've got a running back and a tight end. So that's 3. And then I also have 2 other Patriots pass catchers. So I have 3 possibilities here for the Super Bowl. I've got the Bills and the Rams. Actually, 2. The Bills and the Rams Super Bowl would provide me 5 players in theory. And the Rams and the Patriots Super Bowl would provide me 5 players as well. So I've got a couple different Super Bowl outcomes that could work for that particular team. So let's go ahead and go through another one. And I said at the beginning of this, by the way, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying this. Playoff best ball is a very niche idea. I'm trying to help it, make it more mainstream. My main channel is much bigger than this one. I just haven't really leveraged that big channel to this channel because I know most people aren't interested in playoff best ball. So I've been kind of leaving people alone and just trying to develop this niche a little bit more. So if you do enjoy it, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. But I said at the beginning of that first draft, I want to kind of go through a different approach in this one. And in my personal, I've drafted, I think, almost 70 of these playoff best ball teams. So what I'm going to do here is target teams that I haven't targeted as much throughout those because I want to give myself the best chance of winning as possible. So I'm going to target the Eagles here because the Eagles are one of those teams for me that I haven't targeted that much. I'm going to target the Texans because I want to target them more personally. I'm also going to target maybe a couple of Los Angeles Chargers. And I'm also going to target maybe some 49ers. We'll see. If McCaffrey's there, I'll definitely take McCaffrey. So McCaffrey is there, so I am going to go with McCaffrey. So I definitely will, try to pick up some more 49ers players if they're available to me. But I definitely am going to be targeting some Eagles. I'm going to be targeting some Texans and some Chargers as well. It would be great if the A.J. Brown with Jalen Hurts, that could be my next 2 picks. If A.J. goes off the board, that'd be a bummer. Maybe I'll try to target the Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts stack or George Kittle. One of those 2 combinations. So A.J. Brown is gone, so that's a bummer. But, yeah, what do I do? I don't have enough of Eagles. I really don't. That's kind of why I'm trying to push myself because I don't think it's crazy that the Eagles would make it to the Super Bowl again. I personally don't think they will. I don't think it's their year, but it wouldn't shock me. And this year is crazy weird. Like the power realignment we're seeing across the NFL is so big that I'm just like, okay, so many things can happen I just don't expect. Man, picking Kittle is it's so OP to go with Christian McCaffrey if they actually make it far. I know I won't get them both back, though. What other quarterback could I target? I could target Brock here in the next pick, potentially. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Kittle. And hopefully I can get Brock back by the next time I pick after this, because I'm going to go ahead and pick Devonta Smith if he's available. Okay, Devonta Smith makes it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Devonta Smith. So through 3 picks, I've got Christian McCaffrey, Kittle, and Devonta Smith. So I'm going to try to see if I can get that Brock Purdy stack to completion. And then other than that, Nico obviously is not going to make it back to me. I'll star him just for fun. I'd rather star Like, I could start Dallas Goedert. Amari and Hampton will be a target. I'll star Ricky Pearsall right now. I'll star Ladd. I'll star Ramondre. No, I'm not targeting. Yeah, Houston. I'll star Woody Marks. So right now I'm hoping that Brock Purdy makes it back to me. If Jalen made it back to me instead of Brock Purdy, I'd go with Jalen. But I'm hoping Brock. Now here's the funny thing. I actually don't think the 49ers and the Seahawks are playing each other for the division and the NFC title, right? The NFC, first place. I actually think the 49ers are going to win. If you have thoughts on that, let me know, because I'm very much leaning towards the Niners. We've just seen Darnold in a lot of big games, and it hasn't worked that well. So I'm thinking it's going to be the 49ers this week. So I want to make sure that I don't target any other teams with the possibility of getting a bye week. So Brock makes it back to me. That's perfect, because now I've got 3 Niners. Now all I need in theory is 2 Chargers and 2 Texans to make that a 5-person Super Bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Hampton as well off the board here. So right now I'm in pretty good shape right now. I'm pretty happy with this. I've got McCaffrey, George Kittle, Devonta Smith. So I've got Brock Purdy and Amari and Hampton as well. That's 3 Niners. That's 1 Eagle and 1 Charger. So in theory, all I really need is 2 Chargers and 2 Texans to make this a really good, Super Bowl contending best ball team right here. That's all I need. I just need 2 more. I just need 2 more Texans, and I need 1 more Charger, because that would give me multiple Super Bowl outcomes. So we'll see. And even if I pick Ricky Pearsall here coming up, that could work as well. Because I'm okay with letting Ladd slide, because I got another idea. I have another idea. With the 49ers, I don't. So I might pick Ricky here. I definitely want to pick Woody if he's around. So really, I'm hoping that the 49ers don't win. So I'm going to pick Woody here. Probably round out my wide receiver, my running backs. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick Ricky. So if you haven't noticed yet, I'm waiting for CJ Stroud at quarterback here. So I'm okay with Ladd going off the board, because now I have 4 San Francisco 49ers. I'm actually okay with targeting Trey Harris. I think that he's really coming on in that offense. I think they really want to get him going. So Trey Harris to me is a very sneaky target right now at the back of playoff best ball drafts. Just a pro tip. I think if you're doing playoff best ball drafts right now, one of your top picks as a Charger should be Trey Harris at the end. This team and this coaching staff has spoken glowingly about Trey Harris. He's been very good for them this year. He's been really reliable. 1 drop this year. This offensive coaching staff is obsessed. They say he's a warrior in practice. I'm very interested in Trey Harris. So I've got 4 Niners, which is great because I already have enough Texans and Chargers to make it a great, if it was the 49ers versus Texans in the Super Bowl, I'd add 5. or the 49ers versus Chargers. I'm probably going to be done drafting Eagles. Really, I just want to make sure I get another Texan and another Charger. And I'm probably going to grab just another like miscellaneous team. NFC team, probably. Well, I can't believe Ladd's falling to me. You know what? No, I'll go Ladd. I feel like he does have the higher upside. But I'm gonna go with CJ here to tie out my quarterbacks, and then I'm gonna see if Ladd falls me. Because I am okay just letting Ladd fall. Okay, Ladd fell. That's fine. Because I'm gonna get Trey Harris. So now it comes down to, do I want Jaden Reed? Do I want Rashid Shaheed? Rome is definitely an interesting one. I would imagine Luther Burden went off the board already. I'll go with Rome. Rome is fine. Hopefully he makes it back. I mean, that guy, 5 straight games he's going to miss if he misses Week 18, which is, definitely in question. So the last pick right here, I'm very content going with Trey Harris. Very content. Yeah, the Bears honestly is a good. The Bears, in my opinion, they're sneaky. They're really sneaky. They would not shock me. Man, that 49ers offense, though, they're just freaking potent right now. Brock Purdy slings it when he's comfortable. Now, the only concern I have with Brock is that he really is the type of guy that could really go into a turnover, like he could just become a circus with turnovers if he gets uncomfortable. So I think for the 49ers, and I mean, every team could benefit from having home field advantage, obviously. But for the 49ers, like if they have home field advantage, they may be tough to beat just because of that. Now, the 49ers defense, I've long had issues with their defense because they've been decimated. And defense does help a lot this time of the year. But if they can get at home all these games and then they play the Super Bowl at home, which is crazy, by the way, Brock Purdy really could be. And the 49ers as a whole could be fantastic for playoff baseball. They could be really potent. I'll go Trey Harris. Easy. Man, I like this team a lot, actually. So here's the deal. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Devonta Smith, Brock Purdy, Amari Hampton, Woody Marks, Ricky Pearsall, C.J. Stroud, Rome Odunze, and Trey Harris. So here's the deal right here. So right now I have 4 49ers players. So if the Chargers make it to the Super Bowl, I will have the 5 players I need for a 49ers and Chargers Super Bowl with McCaffrey and Hampton at running back, Kittle and Pearsall at wide receiver, and Brock Purdy at quarterback. Let's say it's a 49ers-Texans Super Bowl. I've got 5 options as well with Woody Marks and C.J. Stroud if he outperforms Brock Purdy in that game. How about if we had a situation where we could get the Houston Texans or the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Philadelphia Eagles or the Bears? Those two matchups, not ideal, but I do have 3 players in those, so it could be a decent payout as well. Either way, man, I'm happy with how this draft turned out. I wanted to go through a couple of best ball drafts for you guys tonight and just let you kind of marinate with it. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend. There's a link in the description there to go play some playoff best ball. I think it's a lot of fun. Underdog is definitely my favorite place to do it. Like I'm an underdog homer for sure. I think they have the best user experience, and they give you like great payouts as well and great deals too. So if you use my code FFR, you can go ahead and get in some of these drafts. You'll get some bonuses as well. So really excited for you guys to try it. I really hope playoff best ball goes more mainstream because I love it. It's just a lot more relaxing than just regular fantasy, which I love, of course. But like during the playoffs, it's really nice to just unwind, enjoy good football, and have some interest in it too. So appreciate you guys being in here. If you liked it, appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.